It had been 6 months since Emily Harper settled into her new home on the edge of a sleepy, tree-lined suburb in northern Georgia. The house wasn't much to look at: faded shutters, a creaky porch, and a kidney-shaped pool in the backyard that had seen better days. But it was hers, bought with the scraps of her SAVYNGS after a divorce that left her heart bruised and her spirit weary. Leah VYing Atlanta's chaos behind felt like shedding a heavy coat. Out here, the birds sang louder than sirens, and for the first time in years, Emily could sleep without a light burning in the hallway. She didn't know her neighbors, and that was fine. Solitude was her choice, a balm for wounds still raw. Emily's days were simple: freelance bookkeeping from a cluttered home office, tending to a garden that was slowly coming back to life, and on quiet evenings, floating in her pool as the sun sank behind the pines. It was one of those evenings, late March, with cicadas humming and the sky bruising purple, that she noticed something off. A towel, garish with lime green flowers, lay slung over a pool chair. Beneath it, cheap flip-flops. An empty Diet Coke teetered on the concrete by the deep end. Emily froze, her pulse ticking up. She hadn't invited anyone. Her gate was locked every night. No maintenance crew was due. Frowning, she grabbed the can with a paper towel, tossed it, and scanned the fence for signs of trouble. Nothing. No footprints, no broken latch. Maybe kids, she thought. A prank. But the unease lingered. A week later, she caught her. It was a Tuesday morning, Emily still in her robe, watering the hibiscus by the pool with a coffee mug cooling nearby. The water rippled oddly, and then a head popped up, crowned with a floral swim cap. A woman, heavy-set, maybe late 50s, was breaststroking in the deep end like she owned the place. Emily's jaw tightened. "Excuse me," she called, sharp but polite. The woman turned, blinking water from her eyes, and smiled. "Oh, you're the new one," she said, paddling to the edge. "Didn't think you'd be up yet. I usually swing by before lunch." Emily blinked, stunned. The woman climbed out, grabbed Emily's towel from the grill, and dabbed her face. "Who are you?" Emily asked, voice steady but thin. "Linda Grayson," the woman said with a chuckle. "3 houses down, blue place with a swing. This pool's kind of open, you know. Been that way since the old owners left. Figured we'd keep it going." Heat bloomed in Emily's chest, not just anger but disbelief. "This is my property," she said evenly. "I didn't say anyone could use it. The gate's locked." Linda raised a brow, drying her feet. "That gate? You gotta slam it hard. Never really locks. Don't worry, I've been coming years." Emily stepped closer. "I live here now. You don't have permission." Linda shrugged, bored. "Guess we'll talk it out. No need to get prickly, hon. It's just a pool. Loosen up, this neighborhood's tight." She left, flip-flops slapping, gate creaking shut. Emily stood there, heart pounding, feeling like someone had rearranged her life without asking. That night, sleep wouldn't come. She checked the gate twice, added a motion sensor, told herself it was for raccoons. By morning, her shock had hardened into resolve. She'd learned boundaries the hard way, and her marriage-smiling faces could cross lines without blinking. This time, she wouldn't wait to be trampled. At the hardware store, she bought an industrial chain, a padlock, and 2 signs: private property, no trespassing, and a custom one: pool closed due to health violation, with a laminated photo of Linda from a community Facebook page, smiling at a potluck. Emily wasn't out to shame anyone, but she wasn't in VY Cybele either. Polite words hadn't worked. Maybe this would. The signs went up, and guilt mixed with grim satisfaction. She wasn't a doormat. Next morning, Linda's face wasn't just on the sign. It was across the street, glaring from behind folded arms, the sign fluttering like a personal affront. Emily sipped her coffee, meeting her gaze. Let it sting. This was her home, her sanctuary, and if peace meant standing taller than she wanted, so be it. But the fight was just starting. A hard knock rattled the gate days later, not a request, but a demand. Linda stood outside, gripping the bars, her smile a mask of contempt. "You gonna talk like an adult? Or just hide behind signs?" she called, voice carrying. Emily stayed by the pool. "What do you want?" Linda's eyes narrowed. "That's done with my picture." chaining the gate like we're in jail. What's your deal? Emily didn't flinch. You trespassed. I'm making sure it stops. Linda laughed, short and sharp. Sweetheart, that pool's been ours forever. Cookouts, kids' parties. It's shared. You don't own this neighborhood just 'cause you paid for a house. Emily's voice stayed flat. It's my home, not a park. Linda leaned in, gate creaking. You want to make enemies? Bad things happen when people shut everyone out. She stormed off, steps loud, Leah VYing a warning to fester. That evening, eggs splattered the back fence, 3 slimy messes crusting in the sun. Emily photographed them, noted the time, didn't call the cops. Not yet. She ordered a weatherproof camera, tucked it under the eaves. Subtle harassment followed: missing deliveries, late bills, a neighbor staring as she unloaded groceries. When the pool cover was ripped back, filthy mop water dumped inside. Emily cleaned it silently for hours, then filed a police report. The officer was young, cautious. Unless you catch them, not much we can do, he said. She nodded, added the report to her growing file. Linda's walks past the house grew slower, her phone conversations louder, spitting words like entitled and thinks she's better. It was theater, and Emily knew not to take the bait. She called a lawyer, not for a fight, but for clarity. Rachel, her attorney, had a voice like steel and no patience for nonsense. Document everything, she said. Every insult, every incident. Stay calm, stay legal. Don't fight chaos with chaos. Emily followed her ad VYC like scripture. A sign appeared on her gate. You don't belong here. She photographed it, filed it. Trash was rifled through, envelopes missing. She bought a shredder, locked her bins. The pool pump line was slit, a deliberate cut costing hundreds to fix. She paid cash, saved the receipt. A letter arrived, no postage, all caps. You're a disease to this neighborhood. Emily gloved up, bagged it, called Rachel. The fear was there, but she wouldn't let it rule. The gate was unlocked one humid afternoon, the chain dangling loose. Her pool closed sign, with Linda's photo, was gone, torn from its bolts. Plastic bags floated in the pool, dozens, stuffed with rotting food, waste, maybe chemicals. The stench was VY low. Emily photographed every angle, called a non-emergency line. The officer took notes, but his posture screamed routine. That sign with her face, he said, some folks might feel provoked. Emily cut in. She trespassed. This is harassment. He didn't argue, just handed her a case number. Cleaning the pool took 3 days and $1,000. She kept every invoice. A petition appeared on her gate, stop the harassment, signed by neighbors she barely knew, some with smiley faces, others with notes like tired of drama. Doorbells rang hourly, then objects hit her windows. She disabled the bell, kept lights on all night. Rachel pushed for a CIVYL harassment claim. This is a pattern, she said. We'll argue escalation. A fake legal notice arrived, accusing Emily of everything from noise to endangering kids. Rachel called it mail fraud, added it to the file. Emily printed her own sign, private property under surveillance. Legal action in process. Hostility grew, scratch car, dead rat in the mailbox. She bagged the rat, called animal control, filed a report. A pest control guy showed up, claiming she'd ordered a fumigation. She hadn't. The order had her name, her address, submitted online. Someone was testing her boundaries, using strangers to breach her space. Emily hired private security, not the flashy kind, just Claire, an off-duty cop Rachel vouched for. Claire parked across the street, watched, documented. She spotted patterns, cars slowing at night, neighbors lingering by the fence. Emily filed a restraining order petition, citing the campaign against her. Then a break. Her hidden camera caught a man, Tom, trying to pry open her shed. Claire knew him, a local handyman who'd worked for Linda. Tom admitted, under police questioning, that Linda paid him to check tools. No charges yet, but it linked her to the trespass. The harassment paused. No letters, no vandalism. Emily didn't relax. She added locks, privacy screens, and planned her next move with Rachel and Claire. A county complaint hit, alleging unpermitted structures and environmental hazards. An inspection loomed. Emily prepped obsessively permits, photos, labeled cameras. The inspector was neutral, left without comment. That same day, her internet cable was cut, a clean slice. Claire Huppé de surveillance. A note appeared in her locked garage. There are other ways to make you leave. Emily installed floodlights, reinforced doors. The inspector's report was inconclusive, but the message was clear. They were watching. Linda threw a party, balloons and music shaking the air. A banner screamed, "Community belongs to everyone," with a slashed image of Emily's chain gate. Everyone laughed. Emily closed her blinds, labeled it retaliatory display, and marked her court date. The courtroom was plain, fluorescent lights buzzing. Emily sat beside Rachel, composed, not calm. Linda, in a cardigan, played the grandmother card, her lawyer spinning a tale of miscommunication. Rachel laid out the EVY Denke, photos, reports, Tom's Affida VYT, the party banner. The judge leaned forward at the shed VY Deo, scribbled at the pest control fraud. Linda claimed innocence, voice trembling. "I'm not a criminal," she said. Rachel held up the banner. "This isn't misunderstanding. It's retaliation." The judge recessed, returned, and ruled. A 3-year protective order against Linda. No contact, no signage. Parts of the case went to the DA for re-VYEW. Linda's face froze. Emily walked out, exhaled, not triumphant but grounded. Weeks later, the neighborhood quieted. Linda vanished from sight, her influence cut by truth. Neighbors nodded or looked away. The pool stayed locked, not from fear but choice. Emily kept her cameras, her files, not out of paranoia, but wisdom. Peace wasn't given, it was guarded. She wrote a blog post, not naming names, about documenting harassment. It spread, resonating with those who'd fought silent battles. Strangers thanked her, asked for her tracker template. She never spoke to Linda again. One day, pruning ivy, she found her old sign, untouched in a bag by the gate. She tossed it without a word. The pool gleamed under its cover. Hers alone, a quiet VY Tory carved from resistance.